Join me in painting the pet portrait of Frigg the dog. I was very lucky to be approached by a friend of Frigg's mum who wanted me to create this portrait that would be a birthday present. The brief was quite simple. Frigg was to be painted head and neck only. The format was A3, but when it came to style, I was given free rein. Whenever I take on a pet portrait, I will always ask for a lot of reference images, because they give me a better idea of what is needed for me to capture the likeness of the pet. Some photos capture the expression better, while others have better lighting and more accurately show markings and so on. I find that with portraits, the devil is in the details, and reference photos help me see a lot more of said details. Does that mean that I automatically get things right? Absolutely not. Sometimes I misjudge the size of markings and the placement of said markings, or I may pick the wrong colours. But this is also why people who commission me get to see the process images and they get to have input on these things. After all, they know the pet a lot better than me and are likely to find issues I may not have seen. Also, sometimes there may be subtle colour variations in the fur that weren't captured that well in the photos, and they can spot that a lot better than me. When I was commissioned for this portrait, I was given free rein when it came to style, and I'm really glad that I got that instruction, as Frigg has such fine fur, so I knew that my usual style would make her fur look a bit too wiry. So what I did was pick a style that would best fit this specific dog. In order to make her fur look finer, the colours were added with a brush that mimic watercolours, as that lets me create softer colour transitions. This gives a more realistic look to the portrait rather than a stylized one, but honestly, I think this is what fits best for this specific portrait. That said, I'm not really straying too far from what I usually do. I'm still using my go-to brush for all the dark areas and highlights, and a limited colour palette was also used because that happens to fit with Frigg's markings. So if you are interested in commissioning a portrait of your pet or a pet of a loved one, or maybe you need an illustrator for a project, in which case, feel free to reach out. You can find more details about commissions as well as contact details on my website. Thank you for watching.